Hello, my dear friends. I'm back with a new video, and this video is basically for uh, covering some of the very concerning situation. As you know, that uh, sometimes back the uh, Iran and U.S. Negotiation had failed, and that has caused quite a bit of challenging situation with there is major possibility or in fact there are quite a bit of escalations that are being probably looked at. So with that, this is becoming really concerning for the entire world, which is really India or the European countries and all other countries. They are nowhere related to this conflict directly, but they are uh, you know bearing the brunt of this conflict. And what really I wanted to cover today is that whether this is really something which is sustainable, and if the world of business and the United Nations, as well as other global alliances, need to think about uh, how to deleverage certain things from the in future for their businesses. uh, I know that the global businesses are so much of you know uh, uh, dependent on the dollars. So all the global trade, most of the global trade, not all, but most of the global trade are dependent on the dollars, and the uh, certain banking systems for the clearing and everything. So the bigger challenge what we are looking at uh, in this current situation is that because as this uh, war escalates, and as more than the war escalates, the narratives uh, that are coming out from different parties, especially from the side of US. So that is quite concerning, and which has I would say has unnerved quite a bit for various allies of the the traditional allies of US, as well as the friends globally, so who have been trusting the processes, who have been trusting the rule based global order, and also the democratic process, and the high moral value of the US uh, government and the democracy. But all those things seems to be on a futile ground at this point, which is more concerning, because uh, the safety of those rule based order, global order, which is under major jeopardy right now. And that is more concerning for the businesses, because uh, once this distrust, or you cannot really predict what is going to happen, what is really the policy, or is there really a policy for anything. So when you face with such situations, so that is where the businesses and the economies become uh, extremely jittery, and that's where I see a major risk for the global businesses. And from my point of view, I would say that the the boards need to really look at their their risk metrics. They need to look at their do their risk assessment, and also they need to deleverage some of those uh, areas or dependencies where they might face major challenges. And if they do not really have uh, those critical look at those uh, areas. So what I am talking about is not the immediate challenge or the short term impact, but what I am talking about is the long term strategic impact which they are going to face. And that's quite concerning, because when you look at the generally the executive management of a company, so they are more focused on short term growth, short term revenue, and short term metrics, because that is where they are being looked at. So obviously their focus is on monthly, quarterly, uh, 6 months, 1 year focus, whereas for the board it needs to be it needs to be a much more longer term, because that's where you provide the strategic direction to the organization. You provide the uh, you know the capability, the brand value. You build that brand, that ethics, that value that is backed by the board. So that's why I'm in this particular video. I know a lot of you might not be uh, able to directly relate to it, but this video is more towards my fellow colleagues and friends who are in various boards and board advisors. So for them, what I would advise them, or what I would suggest them, is that have a critical look, because the the trust, the overall business environment is fast changing. So have a very critical look, and try to diversify, try to protect your leverage areas and deleverage wherever you are seeing substantial risk. So with that, I would you know stop this video here. If you have liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. With that, have a great day. Thank you.